Hey guys, and welcome to my stimulus package update and stimulus check update. Wow, I haven't said those words in so long. I want you guys to know that I missed you more than you missed me, and I'm happy I'm back here for you with another video just to give you my perspective on everything that's been going on.
$800. What does this actually represent? Now, this is that one prepaid debit card that was announced a few months ago out of senior Senate Democrats, where they want to send out an $800 prepaid debit card to about 63 million beneficiaries, including those people receiving Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, and survivor's benefits, as well as Medicare beneficiaries. Now, this is the card that they announced. It was like in the fall of last year. I know it's been a long time, but the realization out of all this is they've been talking about all this for a very long time, and honestly, not a whole lot has been done other than just a lot of back and forth talk. So, even though they talked about it many months ago, it doesn't really matter because they've been talking about the stimulus package for a very long time as well. So, it's all kind of on the same playing field right here, right now. But this $800 prepaid card is supposed to be used for like dental procedures. However, they haven't really given us a whole lot of details on it, and basically they just said it would be a prepaid debit card. So who says you can't go out and spend it on groceries or gas in your car or other things like that? Again, I'm not here saying that you can, I'm just simply saying it's supposed to be coming as a prepaid debit card. So that is one of the provisions that is out there right now, and it could be coming in the skinnier version of the Build Back Better agenda, otherwise known as the stimulus package. And remember, this is one of those things that was very important to Bernie Sanders since they wanted to add Medicare reform into the stimulus package, and unfortunately they were dropping a few of those provisions within it. Hearing, dental, and vision, dental was dropped. So this is what they were doing to replace that, is by giving everybody that one-time $800 prepaid debit card. So that is still out there circling around, and as we get more information, of course, I'll keep you posted. Next on my list is $1,400. Now, what does this actually represent? This is in reference to the petition and the movement out there talking about right now how fixed income beneficiaries, Social Security, SSDI, survivors, retirement, SSI beneficiaries need a one-time fourth stimulus check in the amount of $1,400 to help actually alleviate some of the pressures due to all of this inflation right now. So the Senior Citizens League is the major advocacy group that is behind this right now. They're the ones that are pushing for this, and of course we are too, but realistically we're more pushing for a $2,000 check, and as I talked about just the other day, more importantly, what would be even better would be ongoing monthly payments anywhere between $250 and $500. But again, that is what we've been discussing here on the channel, and based on all of you leaving your comments down below in the comments section, that is what would really be needed right now. However, we also do have the tailwinds and the extra support from the Senior Citizens League, as they're the ones who are also lobbying Congress for this $1,400 one-time payment for all of these fixed income beneficiaries that I just mentioned. So that is where this $1,400 is coming from. Now, to be totally clear so that there's no miscommunication, no misunderstanding at all, it has not been approved yet. But at the same time, just on one hand, I can say it hasn't been approved yet. On the other hand, I can also say, well, they're currently working on the stimulus package. We do know that Congress is finally recognizing that Americans are struggling right now and that we need additional relief. They also recognize that this inflation situation has gotten way out of hand and that they need to do something right away. Over the last few months here, we've been seeing the inflation numbers continue to move up month over month, and Congress has pretty much just been sitting around being like, oh yeah, you know, inflation is bad and we'll get a handle on it. Well, now as of this most recent report, they're really coming out saying, okay, enough is enough already. We've just got to finally get something done here. So they're finally realizing that Americans are struggling and something needs to be done about this massive inflation. And one thing that could be done to help alleviate some of those pressures right now would be get cash into the hands of the people who need it the most right now: the low income, the fixed income, Social Security, SSDI, retirement, survivors, SSI, and VA beneficiaries. So we can only hope that our efforts, along with what the Senior Citizens League is doing with their petition and how they're lobbying Congress, hopefully we can come together together and get a focused stimulus check on the lowest income and fixed income Americans. So that is the $1,400. Now let's talk about the $3,000 to $3,600. Now again, this is something else that is out there being discussed right now by Congress. They're talking about a number of different provisions, how they may actually want to reform this, how they may want to change some of the eligibility requirements, how they may want to get this money out, and how they may actually want to offer retroactive pay or back pay for the millions and millions of people that are eligible to receive the $3,000 to $3,600. And this is in the form of those monthly checks being sent out as child tax credit payments. Now hold up for just a second, because you might think, but wait, I'm a senior, I'm elderly, I'm receiving Social Security disability benefits, I don't have kids that are under the age 17, what about us? Well, that also talks about the recent reports that we've also mentioned here over the last couple weeks, where there has been some discussion about expanding the adult tax credit, and potentially there may be an option to send it out as an ongoing monthly payment, just like the child tax credit payments. But just like so many other things out there right now, there's so much in the air that's being discussed right now, but at the same time, nothing is really approved quite yet. So again, I know, trust me, I totally get it. I think all of us are sitting here saying, okay, they've got all these provisions out there right now, what are they actually doing? Well, they're trying to figure out what to do. I mean, seriously, that's about what it comes down to. They're trying to figure out what they can get support for, what they can get all Democrats on board with, and or what they can actually pass with bipartisan support. So that's kind of the conundrum that we're dealing with right now, is that they're trying to figure out what they can actually get support for to actually get these bills through. However, again, the adult tax credit, again, there's been talk about it, whether they actually offer this as some kind of monthly advanced payment. Again, that sure would be nice, especially with those discussions that we've had in previous videos here over the last week or so. However, when it comes to the child tax credit payments, these are something that they are trying to reinstate as quickly as possible. Again, $3,000 to $3,600 per child per year, not per month, but per year, depending on the age of that actual child. Now remember, they're going to be sending these out as advanced payments, just like they did in the second half of 2021. Now, here's the problem, is that we don't know when these will actually be approved, if they will be reinstated, but at that time, there may actually be retroactive or back pay to send those out to make them, to bring them back up to current as of January of this year. So, depending on when they actually approve this, it could actually have a couple months worth of retroactive pay. But again, we'll have to watch that and see what they actually finally decide, but they did allude to about a month ago or so, they did mention that in the event that these checks are passed relatively soon, they could send them out in double or triple payments, depending on when they actually are approved. So again, we'll have to see what they actually have right now. But anyway, these are some of the provisions that are out there right now. These are some of the things that are either being discussed by Congress actively. These are some of the things that are actually being talked about and have a high probability of actually happening, or something that Congress has explored the ideas of and actually entertained these ideas at some point here over the last couple months. So, at the same time, I just want you to know, please don't get too discouraged by all this. I know it's a very slow process. We've been through this before. We've been down this road many, many times. Think back to the summer of 2020. Remember that? Yeah, what a mess. We got the stimulus. Just remember this for just a second. Let me digress for just a moment here. Remember the first stimulus check that we received, the $1,200 back in March and April of 2020. Well, we were sitting there wondering, when is stimulus check number 2 going to arrive? Remember that? For months and months and months. It was day after day after day. They're talking about it, they're negotiating, they're doing different things, and sure enough, we got the first check in March and April. Well, it was actually April of 2020 is when the first wave of them went out. But we got the first check in April of 2020. The next stimulus check number 2, when did that arrive? Yes, the very end of December 2020 and early January 2021. So all those months later, 8 months later is what it took to go from check 1 to check 2. Remember that whole time, through the entire time, through the remaining portion of the spring of 2020, the summer of 2020, the fall, and into the winter of 2020, We were sitting here back and forth every single day. What are they doing now? They're talking about it. They're discussing. They're negotiating. All of that business. And then finally, they came out with it.
Alright guys, this is all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really missed you. Hopefully I'll see you here again very, very soon. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything we talked about here in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you all. Please hit the like button on the video, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already. And click that notifications bell to be notified whenever I publish new videos for you. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.